The US Congress have now decided on what they will do with Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, as a lot of struggles are now unfolding on daily basis. There was a report from Aso that Simon Ekpa is a terrorist who is terrorizing not just the Biafran land but equally Nigerian government, where several soldiers have been sent to their papas in their overboard. Several accusations has been made against this man. They have thrown a jabs to him, and more and more and more has been confiscated. But again, one can call on if you name now. If any name Kuru Makasai Moneba, or Boezioku, Kobuasi, more victories will be labeled. It doesn't matter how they try to twist the whole narrative. It doesn't matter how they try to twist the narration. What matters more now is the big wave that must be settled. A time in our life we can now look at ourselves and call ourselves big facts, big figures, big zones. Because one good turn deserves another. It's not Echidime, Echigadukwime. Because that's the only way we can consider ourselves more in the open. For several times they have tried to hide this thing. So now they are now accusing Simon Ekpa of what? Terrorism. And this is a big case. But now let's take our time. All the allegations that have been leveled against one man who has committed no crime. Or because the zoo is desperate. They are desperate to have him hung. See what they are doing with Nnamdi Kanu. They know that Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. They vividly know. They vividly know that Ohamadike has committed no crime. But what do they prefer to say? They prefer to hold him captive. They prefer to continue to press him down until he confesses something that he didn't do. But joy is coming, because each and every one of them who has labeled Ohamadike a thief, a terrorist, would confess before the US Congress. Now the US Congress have decided that they are going to invite, in a kind of arrest, Simon Ekpa for questioning and answering. And now, Biafrans, don't worry, this is now the time that Simon Ekpa will now say it to their face that there is a nation called Biafra that you people are not paying attention to. That's the big fact. We must take, for instance, everything that has been placed. Our workability, all thrown jabs, and every figure of speech. But they may know the battles are not yet over. Because the victory must be recorded. Enough of killing our brothers from Africa. Enough is enough, and enough is enough. Enough of killing our brothers from Africa has become a message that must be considered hyper corrective. So as we push through these very means to see a way that Biafran actualization is done correctly, we must put ourselves in toto. You understand? And this is where the whole condition must begin. We must take, for instance, in every little measures and in every configured ways, we must put ourselves together to understand the most effective knowledge that is put in place. Because a lot of people will definitely misunderstand this, but the information have already come to stay, and that's the sweetest part of it. The information have already come to stay. So the Israelites is already warning that you cannot continue to treat our brothers as if they are nothing. Treat them as if they don't have a say in various means. And by so doing, everybody's understand to calculate the most befitted possibilities. And that's just the whole scenario. No matter how they try to make Biafrans feel as if they don't know what they are doing, we'll continue to help ourselves and figure things out on our own, because that's the only way we can write this very story. And we're already writing the stories. So Biafran actualization and Biafra restoration must be considered a two-way thing. A two-way thing must be considered. And this is what must be seen as a joyous moment where everybody can now agree that yes, the Biafran people have refused to fall in different ways and are continuing to get friendship that truly matters. And that's where the game starts from. So we must be victoriously ready for all these traumas and wins.